Hey, how's it going today? I want to talk about human resources and what that is. If you just starting your business and thinking about how to hire anyone, I would even step back and would take a look and perhaps overall managing any project and what kind of things you would need to do that. That would be access to perhaps the human resources, access to capital, access to facilities, just to name a few. But in this particular video, I'll be talking about perhaps where to begin and how to start with overall hiring process and onboarding additional staff to help you to secure projects and do those projects and finalize and close those projects. I had a chance to consult with one of the people who've been within the industry for over 20 years or more, perhaps. And I have the same understanding when it comes to perhaps hiring process for any particular position. You would need to have at least a pool of 200 people that would be interested in that particular position. Out of 200, you might be able to narrow down all the way to perhaps 5 or 10 candidates for that position, and that would be overall gist of the process of hiring hiring a person for that particular position and what that would look like. Overall, human resources would have some of the responsibilities would be recruiting and hiring, onboarding and orientation, employee relationships, performance management, training and development, and compensation and benefits, compliance, employee engagement, policy development, termination and offboarding, overall human resources technology. It depends, I guess, or depending on the size of the company and how much time and how many people are going to be within the human resources department. They might outsource some of those responsibilities to chain of command to different departments, operations managers or so. Something like training, I guess, and they would only oversee if all the documents have been signed, if there were no mistakes made. But overall, that would be some of the responsibilities of human resources. I'm going to be doing, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be doing a lot of research with regards to the process of onboarding people and where to begin next week. I'm going to be doing a lot of that next week. But overall, I would had already spent a lot of time thinking about how to come about bringing people and what kind of people I would need to perhaps in the beginning to just to get everything running and functional. That would be sales and marketing. I'll focus a lot on that. Overall, my personal understanding that there's a lot of my attention gonna be only working with that particular or hands-on approach, working with that particular group, and all the other pieces I would fit within the business as I go along, but that would be perhaps assassins, killers, frontline that I'll be focusing on to begin with. So that will be a first group of people that I'll begin with, and from there I'll progress and filling in all the gaps with the rest of requirements. But other than that, I'll begin with sales and marketing team. Ideally, that might change. That might change as I go along. But ideally, I'm thinking about preparing a plan for every quarter. That would be for every 3 months. I would prepare a plan, and I would need a team who would be able to execute that plan. And 3 months would be just about the period enough, not too long and not too short. To see the results that we can potentially deliver and improve the plan if we have to. But other than that, I prefer to sticking to the plan that I have already. I have completed a plan already. So the similar plans I'm planning of different launches of different products or services that I'll be preparing for every 3 months. I just need a department of sales and marketing who can potentially deliver those plans, and that would be perhaps manager who would oversee a group of sales reps. The team size, we might start with perhaps just a couple of people. We'll see, and we would work together and develop those people, and perhaps constantly introduce new products or services every quarter or so, and we only would change the plan and have perhaps, if we're doing great, we might improve and increase the size of the team, but that's the idea behind it. And different products or services, that's completely different story, but for now it's just where to begin establishing those I guess cornerstones. So that would be sales and marketing. Most likely that group of people who constantly working on sales and marketing is going to be very busy. But other than that, if any of you would be interested in opportunity, perhaps working together, in this particular instance, I'm interested in looking for sales and marketing. So if you already have some experience, that's great. If not, feel free to reach out to me when you're sending an email or trying to get in touch with me. If you could write as much information as possible, perhaps send some screens with how much experience you have, if you have any, examples of the projects that you have done previously, outcomes of those projects, what was your responsibilities with that particular project. Perhaps one of the questions that I like to ask: if you had a budget, if I will allocate you a budget of £1,000, euros, dollars, what would you do with that budget? How would you use that money for sales and marketing, and how you go about it? That's good, perhaps way to understand where you are and how you think when it comes to solving problems. I already had a lot of remote meetings with the people with the industry. Some people come even even if they have done it for a very short period of time. It seems like they're picking up things very fast in this particular industry. Perhaps cold calling, it's a different story, but other than that, perhaps overall social media and all those areas, it's very simple. Overall, I believe it's very simple thing to do. Feel free to reach out to me. You have my email address, or if not, you can find it on company's website. Send some information if you like to get in touch and do perhaps some projects together. Inkflow, it's a journal must-have for everyone who is interested in managing your own time in the best possible way, making most of your day and your time. Managing your time is just one of those areas. Or in comparison to all the areas highlighted within the journal, is something that you should keep a track of every single day. Beginning of perhaps hydration, looking at your finance, your understanding of finance, understanding the dictionary of the finance, your value systems, and how you rating every single day, how you making most of your time, how you have particular tasks, and how you deliver those tasks within every single day. I believe it's must have for everyone. You can find this in on my company's website or in the description below. Thanks. If I had to narrow down to some of the key areas when it comes to sales and marketing, that would be communication skills. I believe any business currently would be looking for communication skills, and everyone who would be able to deliver those skills, whatever region you might be in. I'm interested perhaps to hear from you if you're not necessarily based in US, UK, or the EU. You could be from different parts of Asia. I'm interested in places like Egypt. So some of the other places would be Hong Kong. All the other regions I'm interested in as well. Feel free to reach out from those regions too. That's slightly off the topic. I'll come back to that in a minute. But I was talking with one person last week where we were discussing perhaps how to approach of promotion and branding, where we would have different departments. within different regions and who can do fighting almost like a friendly competition going, where one department would try to deliver better results within whatever region that department might be in, and later we'll compare those departments to each other with the case region compared to Europe, and what kind of results they can deliver. Since in the end of the day, that's the only thing what matters. I don't know, perhaps the different business leaders focus on different things, but results orientated myself, and whoever can deliver the results, and what we can see what works, what doesn't work, and yeah, so that would be one of those areas, I guess. But other than that, persuasion and influence would be one of those areas. Then would be understanding customer needs, since that's where working within worldwide, and some uh, people might understand branding and marketing differently, comparing to where you are from and how you understand that, and what drives buying decisions, what are the pain points, and how we can address those pain points. If we focus on the product, we're going to focus on what actually problem it solves and how we going to deliver that result to a potential customer. So there's a lot that comes into the process. Overall, everyone would be looking for people who can understand problem solving and how they can solve those problems for potential customers, prospects. Building relationships, can they build long-lasting relationships with the large groups of people, and how they can do that. Adaptability, and if we would have plans that would potentially be every quarter, every 3 months, we would have to deliver different plans, how that person will be able to do that. Creativity, that would be perhaps graphic design, and how would you be able to prepare engaging graphic design to that you can deliver to prospects and customers. Financial literacy, how you come out, all of those skills, we can train all of those, so it's not a big problem. You haven't dealt with any of that yet, but that's definitely very important. Perhaps managing your own budget, as I mentioned to you before, perhaps problem there, would you be able to manage different project budgets, if that's something that you entrepreneurial mindset, confidence and resilience, networking, understanding market dynamics. Just some of the areas that everyone should know or understand when it comes to sales and marketing. Yeah, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, anything. You would like to collaborate together, or perhaps close some projects together. And thanks. See you in the next one.